Hello and welcome back to the Donut Club podcast. Today we are doing okay. We'll try. Welcome to the Donut Club podcast. Today we're doing. Oh,
Oh my god, dude. Are you hearing your voice feedback right now? Because it's just like, holy crap. Why don't we just scrap the intro? Let's just,
my
like...
connection is really low.
Oh my god. Alright, dude. So... Oh, he just left. Alright, well, anyway, considering it's recording, we're scrapping the intro now, because it's whatever at this point. So, Evan, did I tell you that my girlfriend's family is fostering a newborn baby right now?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I told Aidan too. But
It completely crashed on my
yeah,
laptop.
we're just scrapping the intro now. We're just shooting the shit.
Yeah,
now.
well no. We can start from the, because if he's recording, we just have to trim it off the front.
I mean, if you want to do it that way.
Yeah, because we gotta have some sort of intro. That, and I stopped my timer already, so. Alright, well, we'll try this one more time. Hopefully it works. Because I mean, I have full connection on my computer, so I think as long as I don't have the video, I shouldn't have too much of an issue. So, we'll try this. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. Hello and welcome back to the Donut Club podcast. My name is Aidan, and today I'm joined by Teigan.
What's up?
And Evan.
Hello there.
So,
General Kenobi.
yeah, I wanted to make sure. I had a feeling you were gonna do it. I had a feeling it was coming, so I stopped to make sure you'd actually do it.
Well, see, I'm so bad at it. I'm so bad at the impression. I can't do it. So I'm now trying to, like, it's just hard on my voice box
the old vocal
my
cords.
Right. So I'm honestly, I don't know why I didn't just like have the YouTube video ready to go, because like there's like a 17-second clip on YouTube where you could just it has that whole scene. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure we had Hunter replaying that over and over again. What was it, 2 weeks ago? I think now.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I believe so.
Today we're doing something a little bit different. We don't really have an actual topic to discuss this week because honestly, we kind of needed a break from having intense planning leading up to the actual day of recording, and it's a bit easier to just kind of chill and talk to each other because we always have our own stories and whatnot that we can share, so that can provide some sort of entertainment rather than just talking about, say, like some specific thing that happened. So, Teigan, I understand you did have something that you wanted to discuss.
Oh yeah. Well, first off, we are a little late to recording, and it's because I was invited over to dinner by some family friends. We had some Chinese and whatever. But on our way home, when we were just arriving at the house, there's a big bush in front of my apartment, and we see a cat scurrying into the bush, and we're like, what? And I just get it because this is my cat. It's my cat. He's outside. I honestly, I have a suspicion because we were bringing some boxes that we need to put together inside the house because we're moving soon, and I think he slipped out there. But this cat is a freaking ninja. I swear to God, he's done this before. I don't know how he does it. He slips by undetected. He's like a ninja. And it was in broad daylight when he did it. And like when I saw him, like we were there at our family friend's house for hours, dude. Hours. I don't know. Anyway. Dude, that was freaking scary.
Well,
He did get it.
Cats do like to sneak around.
Yeah, there's this one time he got into a fight with a raccoon one time. When he slipped out. That's we found him. He had some scratches on his nose. He
Oh.
got into a fight with something. I don't know if it was a raccoon or not, but it was.
Did you guys take him to the vet after that?
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
boy.
We weren't totally sure what it was, but he's
Could have
fine.
just been
I mean,
another cat.
that was years ago now, and he hasn't died yet, so.
True.
I mean, nothing's wrong.
That is true. So I guess that kind of establishes your cat Jet has beef with outdoor animals
Oh, dude,
and
that
your
guy.
headphone wires.
Oh yeah, dude. He likes to chew on everything. Like, I'm not even kidding. I don't feed him. I don't feed him like more than twice, and he's chewing on my stuff. I've had to replace my gaming headset wire 3 times because he has chewed on it and chewed on it. He even tried chewing on my boom arm. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You're gonna break your teeth.
What?
He's 13 pounds. Like, he's heavy. So, like, he's constantly eating. And it's like, he's constantly, I think he's eating his sister's food too, because, there's a big weight difference between those two. It's just,
Well, I mean, usually there's a big weight difference between male and female cats anyway.
well, true. But he's overweight. So I don't feed him
Insane.
for a couple hours, and he's already chewing on my shit. And and now I don't know what it is, but I can still hear audio through my gaming headset, but I can't talk through it. Like, the microphone on it shit the bed. I don't know what it is, but my suspicion is my cat was chewing on the cord, and he obviously chewed through something, and now there's no audio output.
Should probably put it away in a drawer or something.
Yeah.
Gotta find some cat-proof storage.
Yeah. That's so annoying, dude. I've probably spent like over $120 on headphone cords because he's just chewed them out every time.
I mean, if
And
you
sometimes I'm just afraid to leave it out because
Yeah,
it's just
I mean,
like I'm afraid it's
should.
like, because this asshole, he friggin' wakes me up at 5 in the morning. You know what he does? He starts like friggin' chewing around like papers and plastic, and he starts pushing shit off the nightstand, and it's just like trying to be as annoying as possible. And then I'm waking up and I'm like, no, it's 5 a.m. What?
Well, hey,
He's
5 a.m. I mean, if you're getting up that early, you probably have a pretty good sleep schedule. But obviously, you're probably going to bed at
like
2.
Oh yeah, I'm going to bed. I have a very unhealthy sleep schedule, so the fact that he's waking me up at 5 in the morning is not very appreciated. That's for sure. And then I feed him, and then it's like till the afternoon where he's hungry again. Because I mean, he doesn't eat all the food at one point, but he's just eating all day. If he we leave food in their bowls just in case they're hungry, and they go and eat, so they don't bother us if they need food. But I've it's gotten so, like, there's been some times where I would just kick him out of my room. Like, I leave my bedroom door open, so if they want to come lay on my bed while I'm sleeping, that's fine. They like to cuddle with you if you're sleeping. Or I should say cuddle with me when I'm sleeping, or my brother, because we share a room. But yeah, there's been some instances where I'm like, no, I'm not gonna feed you. I kick him out of the room and close the door and go back to sleep. So
Sleep with an open door.
yeah,
Oh,
Good
jeez.
to know.
it's because I have pets. It's because I have pets.
Yeah, because
They like to cuddle. So
they'll sit there though. Like, if I know anything about dogs, is that sometimes, like, if you put them in your room and they want to leave, they're gonna sit there and scratch your door obnoxiously until you let them
yeah,
out.
and if they can come and go as they please, they can cuddle with me or my brother. They don't have to. We just leave the door open at home. I obviously, at school when I was living on campus, I always closed it. But
Dogs are better than cats, anyways. So
Hot
well,
take.
I don't know about that. They're
Yeah.
definitely less of
You're gonna
they're
tell
definitely
Roxy
less
that?
of an asshole. That's for
You gonna tell Roxy that?
that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
you
that
wanna-
cats and dogs are equally
Oh,
great.
well, you
Oh,
should
wow.
have 50-50 equal. Perfect. Perfectly equal.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've had a dog since friggin' God. I think my dog Caesar died when I was like, man, maybe it was like 2008,
Why am I not
2007.
surprised? Why am I not surprised that at least your dad had a dog named after like a Roman leader?
I don't know if my dad
And it,
gave him the. I don't know if my dad gave him the name because obviously the dog comes with a name. When you
oh, true.
adopt.
Well,
And
not
my
all.
dad
I mean,
maybe he liked the name and he just because like sometimes like these adoption clinics they have they have the most ridiculous names for some of these pets. Like they like when we first got Annie and Jet, their names were Emperor and Empress.
oh, jeez,
That's what their names were.
that's just
So
obnoxious.
I know, right? So it must have been Caesar from the. I doubt that my dad would have named him Caesar, if he were to choose the name, but he must have just liked it and just kept it. But yeah, I think the last time I had a dog was like 2007 when my English bulldog Caesar passed away. Um, yeah, so yeah, Roxy has definitely been and because I was so little, I never really had too much experience with the dog. I was never like spending time with it. It was mostly my dad taking care of the dog. So this is really my first experience actually like taking care of a dog. So it's definitely been interesting. Yeah.
Hmm.
And Roxy's the biggest sweetheart. Unlike your dogs, which want to eat my face
Hey,
off.
whoa, hey! That's just the one. That's just the one. That's
Well,
not
yeah,
nice.
My dog is
Luna.
awesome.
One of mine isn't. One of mine
Oh yeah,
isn't very nice.
dude, Evan,
Rose is
your
just a
dog.
big Roxy. That's all she is.
Yeah, I want
They're
them to be
literally the
so
same
bad.
dog.
I know. Yeah, they look very similar. Like Rose is just beefier.
Rose is just a bigger Roxy. That's it.
The pictures you send me of Rose too, they're just the funniest pictures. She just like sits very weirdly on the couch sometimes, and you're just like sending me pictures of her and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, my dogs aren't. Well, one of them is actually really friendly. He's just a little ball of energy. The other one,
What's Dutch, right? That's his name.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's
The
very energetic.
black
He's
or
the
white?
white.
He's the white.
He's the one with the white fur.
Okay. All right.
Luna, the one with the black fur. She's not always like that. It's just like strangers. She gets really territorial, so we keep her away from people she doesn't know because, you know, heaven forbid something happens.
I'm honestly afraid of that dog. I'm not kidding. Like if there's any animal that in the world, it would be Luna that I'm very afraid of. Because I remember with that party we stayed over, even um your
Yeah,
dad's girlfriend Jess was like, "Yeah, Dylan, don't. I would not recommend you staying in there because like if you gotta use the bathroom, forget to close the door. Luna could come in and just maul one of me and my brother who's sleeping in the living room." So,
she was just overreacting. It would have been fine.
yeah.
Like at that point, you guys have been there for hours. She probably would have been fine because she was chilled out by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just worries about stuff like that. Oh, actually, uh, yeah, Luna did snap at someone once after he'd been at the house for hours. When we still lived in Leominster.
Mhm.
But other than that, she isn't
I
really
mean,
like.
she seems like a sweetheart. It's just she's got
Oh,
issues with some people.
yeah, she's well behaved normally, but I guess because Jess looked into it. Apparently, she's a mixed breed, and one of the I think 2 or 3 breeds that she's a mix of is what are they called? Hold on, no, it's not like a pit bull. It's the Chinese fighting dogs. Well, not like that's just their nickname. I don't think they use them for dog fighting, but I can't remember what they're called all of a sudden.
Yeah,
The wrinkly ones. You ever see the dogs that are like really wrinkly? Hold on.
Oh yeah.
I'll
What,
literally
like a
have it in like.
mastiff or something?
Oh, hold
Or-
on.
I mean,
I'm
there's
gonna pull it up on my phone.
quite a few wrinkly dogs out there.
Chinese fighting dog. That says bone mouth. That's not right. Shar-Pei. That's what they are. The Shar-Peis. So, so Shar-Peis. Like if you saw a picture of them, you would think there's no way that thing is remotely like violent in any way. They're like little wrinkly teddy bears. But apparently they are like extremely territorial.
So they're like a giant
And
chihuahua.
well, like they're
Or
chill.
Ewoks.
They're
Oh
chill.
yeah, true.
But like if they see someone they don't know, it's not like anger. It's like they're panicking. You know what I mean? So like they go into a state of like extreme panic and just freak and get really defensive. So apparently that's why she's like that. But otherwise, like she's not like
Is she
taking out
really
my
bad
grand.
around other dogs too? Around along with people?
She doesn't see other dogs except for Dutch very frequently. So
Oh. Yeah, because
we don't have.
Roxy is like
Well, the one
extremely protective around like other people or dogs.
one time, Luna got out, right, when we lived in Leominster, and like you didn't. I don't. Well, I mean, technically, Teigan, you sort of saw the neighborhood, but it was after we'd seen Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and when I was getting dropped off, so it was already dark, so you wouldn't have seen much. But it was kind of like our neighborhood was like one of these like brand new, these condos had just been built type neighborhoods, and it goes into a cul-de-sac. So Luna got out one day, and I ran out with like no socks on, with my brother's shoes on, so he couldn't come out because he had no shoes. And like, but then like my stepbrother didn't help me at all because he didn't want to go out because he hadn't showered yet, and I made fun of him for that because back when he was in high school, he was worried a lot more about his appearance than he is now. So he didn't like want to be seen in like a disheveled, I haven't showered yet look. So I'm out here chasing this dog that's running like a solid 10 to 20 miles an hour faster than I am, up and down the whole neighborhood, and I finally got her, and I naturally, as I'm trying to like pull her back to the house, because I didn't grab like a leash, I was just trying to like get my hand on her collar,
You have like a
tug
oh
her
yeah.
back. So like I finally got her, and as I'm walking her back, naturally one of the younger kids in the neighborhood, because like I was the oldest, like I was the oldest person under 18 when we lived there. So like when this happened, like there was one kid that was I think the same age as me, and they moved out like a year or two earlier. So this happens. This kid's like middle school age probably, so like 5th or 6th grade maybe at most. Brings out their tiny little dog, right? I'm like, oh god, why? So I'm trying to walk Luna back, and next thing you know, they're sitting there sniffing each other, and I'm like, come on, please, like, don't do this to me right now. And his dog, like, you know how dogs are when they play, how they like paw at each other and all that.
Yeah, sort of like bite at each other too, but don't really bite.
Yeah,
like
his dog jumped up, pawed at Luna. So like, Luna didn't like bite the dog or anything. She just like spooked the dog, and the dog took off running. So like I didn't have a great grip at that point. So Luna's out of my arms, and like she ran this dog down. Like she didn't like tackle the dog or anything. She just started chasing it. And this dog like straight up ran into a wall because Luna was chasing it. And I was like, and they're like freaking out, and the kid's mom yelled at me, and And I'm like, well, I mean, technically your dog started it. Your dog didn't get bit. Your dog didn't get like hurt in any way. I'm trying my best. I'm one person holding a dog that's stronger than me. Luckily for us, like Luna's never gotten out and attacked anybody. It's just she's really territorial about her house. Like she wasn't trying to like hurt the other dog. But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously from the outside that doesn't look good at all, and people would be like, "No, you got to put your dog down." But I mean,
Yeah, Roxy's somewhat the same way. In a
yeah, but
sense.
she's a smaller dog, so people wouldn't take that seriously.
Yeah.
Like Chihuahuas are out here like biting people left and right, and they don't get put down because they're Chihuahuas and people think they're harmless.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, something I have to say, and it's good that we're like on the podcast and talking about dogs right now. It's probably the perfect time to say something like this. Is to anybody that hears this, look, no dogs are inherently violent. You know, anything at the end of the day can be trained out of dogs. I know a lot of people are afraid of pit bulls because they're
they
for
say
dog
pit
fighting.
bulls are more, you know,
But
dangerous or whatever. But at the end of the day,
they're sweethearts. You know,
in a way.
yeah, it's just the way it all comes down to like who takes care of them and who trains them. Because if dogs are owned by people who are idiots, the dogs are going to be idiots. Like a big thing about Chihuahuas is that Chihuahuas aren't. Yeah, Chihuahuas aren't natural. Like they're naturally skittish dogs, but like
I mean, it's probably because of their size. Like they know they're really
but
small.
if they're properly trained, they don't freak out and lash out and bite people like that. But a lot of people don't train Chihuahuas because they think, oh, they're small, they're harmless. It's not like they're a pit
the
bull or
kings of queens of Beverly Hill.
yeah, you know, like
yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
yeah, like people don't train Chihuahuas, and that's why Chihuahuas are like little crackheads, dude. Like, like
dogs are just, they're in our world, and it's just sad because, like, I got Rose from a shelter, and she was from Texas.
Oh
and,
boy.
Yeah, and for like a couple months after we got her, she would like, get very territorial, and would get all pissed off if I, came near her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we were out in the backyard, and whenever I'd come up next to her just to pet her, and she'd like get like really pissed off and like start like, just getting all pissed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's just, but you got to just make them comfortable.
Yeah.
My money was on that someone probably was mean to her in Texas.
Oh yeah.
The South treats pets very differently than the North.
They just let them freaking go out and breed. Like they just let them out and just, it's a madhouse.
Do whatever.
Yeah, it's awful.
Well,
and they support like
oh, that's where like all the dog fighting and stuff, it's in southern states. Like
and they also have high kill rate shelters down there too. Like it's very horrible.
Yeah.
My mom's dog Knox. Like anybody that's seen the background on my laptop or my computer has seen him. When we got him when we were told that he was about 2 years old. He was a big boy for 2 years old. I mean, he's chubby now, but he was skinny back then. But we got him from like Kentucky or Louisiana, some southern state. I don't remember where. My brother probably would know it off the heart because he lived with them when he was out in Colorado. He's like a Catahoula leopard dog or a Catahoula bulldog. We were told leopard dog because the whole thing with them is like their fur has like a leopard print appearance to it. And but my mom like looked into like the bulldog, like the Catahoula bulldog, and it looks more like what he looks like because the traditional Catahoulas are like they look like prissy show dogs. But his previous owner definitely did not treat him right, and he's a very defensive dog. Like not like lash out and like bite people, but like if you get too close to him from a certain angle, like I've gotten head butted a few times.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Rose is, I would like point my finger at Rose, tell her no, you know what I mean? Just to tell her, don't bite that or something, you know what I mean? And she make like, I don't know how to describe the face. Dogs like make that face like they're
They
pissed
like
off at you.
flash
Like
their
they're
teeth.
kind of like
Yeah,
growling,
yeah,
sort
like
of.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She wouldn't bite me, obviously, but
Yeah.
she'd think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I definitely think someone there like fucking shit. but
Oh, it's okay.
but
We can swear all we want.
definitely let her have it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good for her there because she has a scar on her lip too.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so
I don't think I've ever seen that.
yeah, you'll have to look at her, but you can definitely see it.
Yeah.
I think she got in a fight with another dog there. It wasn't pretty.
See, Roxy was actually quite the opposite when we first got her. I think she came from. I could be very wrong. I believe she came from Arkansas. I think.
Oh.
And she never had an owner. She never had a previous owner.
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. She never had a previous owner.
Well, Rose never had a previous owner either.
Oh, she didn't.
Oh no.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Gotcha.
So you know what I mean? I think just people were nearby and just
very mean. Yeah. Roxy was
and she was
dumped in a. Oh yeah. I think you told me about that.
Yeah.
Just like very.
You could see her like rib cage. It was crazy.
Yeah, that must have been terrible. Yeah. Roxy and her siblings were dumped in a dumpster.
Oh.
And when they found her, some of her siblings were infested with worms, and like they were all malnourished. Some of them didn't make it. Some of them sadly didn't make it.
Yeah, that happened.
But yeah, my mom found out about her, and she was shipped. She was shipped via a 16-wheeler and out to, I believe, Connecticut, because they couldn't. I don't think the truck could go into Massachusetts. I think there's a strict law about that, transporting animals.
Your dog straight up lived the intro to Pokemon Emerald, riding in the back of a truck.
I've never played that game, but I believe you. Yeah, probably.
She's a rescue dog then.
Yeah, she's a rescue. Yeah, she's a rescue. It's kind of strange though, because she has, I think obviously they're all sort of born at the same time, so they're technically a litter. She has a brother. I almost said twin because, and here's why. They have different fur color.
Yeah, they always do.
But they're the same size. They're literally the same size. If they had the same fur color, I wouldn't be able to tell who is who unless I, look down to see which gender they were. But then she has a sibling that's super big, like not fat big, but just really big, like as big as Luna, like huge. So like I don't know what she's a mix of, because clearly she's a mix of a bigger dog and a smaller dog.
Genetically for that to happen.
And Roxy's small, like she's not huge. Like she's not big at all.
I've seen videos of her trotting around.
Yeah, people would see her and they think that she's a puppy, in which she's over. I mean, she technically still is. She's a little over a year old now, but yeah, people think she's still a puppy because of her size. She's tiny. It was Roxy's story is so sad because we had her for 4 days until Roxy broke her leg playing with another dog. I told Evan about this.
No, you told me.
Oh, I did? Oh, yeah.
You told me about how your mom was heartbroken.
Oh, dude, she was so heartbroken. Absolutely hysterical. Because we weren't allowed to let her play, because she was playing with a much bigger dog, a full-grown.
Oh, weren't you not supposed to let her play someone, or whatever?
Yeah. Actually, the people's house that I was over for dinner, it was their dog, and we weren't supposed to allow Roxy to let her play with that dog. But my mom was invited over, and she's like, you know what? I'll just bring the new puppy, and they played, and the dog, his name is Jack. one-eyed Jack because he has one eye. Had to be surgically removed. He's also a rescue as well. Because I think he was like going partially blind, and it was better for him health-wise to remove the eye. But anyway, he trampled her, playing with her, and it broke her front right leg. And she was hopping around like with a lazy limb. She wasn't even using it, and she was in just so much pain. And it's crazy. It's just this happened like literally not even. I don't even think this happened a week after we brought her home. Yeah, she's such a sweetheart. My mom was so heartbroken because she just didn't deserve that. You know, we had to leave her overnight at the vet so they can take a look at her and then get her surgery done and all that kind of stuff. And she was in a cone and bedridden for like 2 months, and she was severely out of shape.
I'm sorry. I just laughed. It's just every time someone mentions a cone being a dog, I just think of Doug.
I know it's like a cone of
Cone of
shame.
shame.
Yeah.
I just immediately think of that.
Yeah, I felt so bad, dude. She went through hell already, and she's already going through hell. Like the first 2 weeks that we've had her, and it's just not a great start. But she's a happy dog now. She's a very happy dog now. There were fears that it would affect her growth plate in her leg, but it's fine. Yeah, there's a metal rod in there right now. I'm pretty sure.
That's fun.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I feel like I literally just lost my thought as I was saying it.
Oh. Are your dogs rescues, or did you just adopt them?
I don't know what the deal is with Luna, but I do know that Dutch, like, now I remember what I was going to say because I was going to talk about him for a second. I do know that he was actually like one of Jess's friends who actually works at the max security prison in Mass. So she works at the prison that Aaron Hernandez was at.
Oh, that must have been fun.
Yeah, apparently the dude's a good fighter.
Oh, okay.
But, so she owns, I think, both of the dogs that are Dutch's parents. And as far as we know, Dutch is a purebred. I mean, you can tell that Luna definitely isn't just by looking at her face, because usually boxers have faces more like Dutch's. But like looking at him, like kind of going off of what you were talking about, like the dogs having different coat colors and whatnot. Like, I think boxers usually come in like 3 or 4 colors. Like I know that like obviously like you get like the traditional boxer where they're primarily like brown fur. And then you get like Dutch.
He has a nice white coat, though. He does have a nice white coat.
Yeah, I mean he's matted with dirt because he rolls around in the sand in our backyard. But yeah, you get white like him. Sometimes you get like full white too. Like he's got the patch over his eye. And I think the third, if there is 3 different coat colors for boxers, there's either 3 or 4. But the third one that I remember is literally just what Dutch's patch is, just everywhere else. But yeah, as far as we know, he is a purebred, which means that poor guy's already like halfway through his lifespan at like 3 years old. Because boxers apparently that are purebreds do not usually make it past like 8 years is pushing it. Like I think they get like usually like a 6 to 7. But he's been good to us so far. So but yeah, like Luna, she's probably gonna be like 13, like blind, fat, just because she's mixed. We got into boxers years ago though, because back when my parents were still together, so that gives a timeline on how long ago this was. we got a boxer that they named Marla, and she was a really good girl. I think she managed to get past the lifespan, but we ended up having to give her up because my mom had to pull strings just to have her in our first apartment in Clinton. And when we were moving in with my grandparents, they're pretty adamant on no dogs. And the last place we lived in Leominster, we moved there the same year with our dad, and they were pretty adamant about no dogs. But now it's like no big dogs, I guess, because literally everyone there has dogs now. So we wound up having to put we ended up having to put Marla through like a boxer rescue program to find a new home. And it was kind of sad, but she did find a good home. They really did. Like, they had younger kids, younger than us, so she was in a pretty good home. Unfortunately, like all of a sudden, we got like I think my parents got like updates from the new owners for a little bit, and then all of a sudden they went radio silent. And my dad would always get the boxer rescue calendar, because they make a calendar every year with like pictures of boxers that were rescued in the program and found new homes through them. And we got one year, and my dad flipped through it, and the dog for December was our former dog. And he was like, he was like, "Oh, look at her, there she is." And then he reads the caption about her, finds out that he finds out that that's how he found out that she unfortunately passed away due to being old as heck for a boxer.
That is too bad.
Yeah, but
Nice.
she was in a nice, happy home, so that's all we could ask for. We got another boxer when we were living in Leominster before we got Luna. We were told that he was a purebred, but I don't know if you know anything about like dogs, but like when you buy a purebred, usually it's more expensive than getting a mix at a shelter or something.
Yeah, I know. Because I'm pretty sure they're very well sought after purebreds for dogs.
Either breeding or shows. We got our dog Nitro for $50.
I heard something about purebreds having a high probability of being born sterile. Is that true?
I don't know if it's purebreds. I don't know if it is, because like show dogs tend to be used for breeding.
I also heard purebreds tend to be less smart than mutts.
Yeah, because like I heard there are like specific genetic defects with purebreds.
Well,
mainly because I think they could use a mom and dad from the same litter or something like that.
Right.
And that's
sometimes they do inbreed dogs, which probably shouldn't do that. But
yeah,
I think if you have a purebred dog, they are more apt and more susceptible to get like certain things. Like boxers are highly susceptible to cancer. And obviously we got a purebred boxer for $50. That's a little suspicious. Poor guy didn't even fucking make it 6 months. They probably sold off their dog knowing that he was going to be gone by the end of the year. He was a really good boy, and he ran around with Knox, our mom's dog, because my dad would take him to work with him. And we used to have a really big backyard in Sterling, like bigger than the one that I have at my house right now. Like my dogs right now would have loved that yard. I would have hated it because I would have had to pick up poop. Lucky for us, Knox was pretty picky and usually only pooped in certain areas. But probably shouldn't talk about poop too much. Obviously, after that, I have the dogs I have now, and they're something.
Man's best friend.
Dogs, I'm getting depressed.
Yeah. In happier news, as you boys know, the people listening, the lightsaber that I talked about a couple episodes that I ordered is coming this week.
I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so happy for you, because, dude. All right, everyone listening, Aidan, dude, he has vented to me so many times about this lightsaber that he's just been waiting like a couple months for, and like mentioned threatening them with certain things, because I guess you have to resort to threatening them a couple times.
I was never actually gonna do the stuff that I said either. That's the best part.
Oh, you weren't? Oh,
No.
I thought
So-
that was from a result of you saying it's like, all right, that's it. I'm gonna.
So, well, no, I did say it, but so essentially, now I'm obviously anyone who listens to this if they want to get into the hobby. I'm not going to say don't buy from certain companies, but apparently lately the company Ultra Sabers has been a they've been really backed up on orders, and it's been going on for a good majority of the year. Like they're probably finally getting back into a groove when May the 4th came around, and I ordered my saber on May 4th, which I probably could have went on to regret. But like, I know Hunter ordered one from them right after, and then Dylan ordered one after that. Like Dylan ordered his 3 weeks after I ordered mine, and it shipped on June 1st. Like he ordered.
Dude, I would have died if the one that I ordered from them. Whoa, I would I would have died if the one I ordered from them arrived before yours. Like that would have
Yeah, I would have
that would
freaked.
have been an L.
Hunter would
Because
probably
I ordered
straight up
mine like
fight
2
you.
weeks ago now. I think
Hunter would probably fight you, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
So like I ordered mine on May 4th. Hunter ordered his like a week and a half later because he saw the Disney Parks Ray lightsaber that Teigan bought, and he got really excited. So he ordered one based on Darth Vader's lightsaber from Ultra Sabers, and Dylan ordered one called the Brood Guard on May 17th. So we're looking at like I ordered mine May 4th. Hunter probably ordered his on about like the 15th. No, that doesn't add. I don't know. Dylan shipped in like less than 2 weeks, and a lot of people did have that happen. Like I see in Facebook and Reddit and stuff like that. Like people are like, "Oh, well, everyone's complaining about their orders not shipping," but like one person, their order from Ultra Sabers shipped in less than 24 hours after they
Yeah,
placed
you shared
it. Like
me with that. I'm like,
every time
okay,
I saw
that
one,
is
I was
just
like,
bullshit.
I shared it with Teigan, and I was like, "What? Like how?" But apparently, it's not just me. It's happening to a lot of
I
people.
saw that message from you, and I'm like, oh my god, Aiden must be so pissed right now. This is like
Yeah, it's happening.
he must have cut a deal because there's no way you get something like that and within 24
Well,
hours of
yeah,
ordering it.
it's wild because like I ordered mine in a stuck configuration, so mine's practically an overhyped green flashlight with no sounds. Like some people are out here ordering like top tier. Maybe it's certain hilts that they ship out faster. I don't know. Like like Dylan's is a pretty cool looking one, so maybe I don't know. Like Dylan's, I figured would have been an issue because right before his shipped, like literally like 2 or 3 days before, I was texting him telling him I was like, dude, like someone just got an email that the red Tri-Curie LED that they were told that Ultra Sabers doesn't have it, and they're gonna either like wait until they have it or ship it with a regular red LED and then like give the extra like the difference of the price between the two LEDs back. And when then Dylan got the confirmation email uh like literally the Sunday night after that, and he's like, "Bro, check this out. It's coming with the full setup." Like he got exactly what he ordered, which I'm happy. But like there's some
Did
people ordering
did he hold that over your head for a little bit
Oh no,
saying
no, no.
haha?
He
No.
wasn't
Okay.
he wasn't too bad, but if I had to wait longer, like so I'd seen certain things, and like some people were like, dude, honestly, like it's tough. Like you got to reach out to their Facebook page through Facebook Messenger instead of emailing their info email. And I was like, okay, I did that, and it didn't really help me much. Um, and I was looking at different things, and one guy on Reddit, because someone on the lightsaber Reddit page literally asked for like help, like trying to deal with it, because like he had ordered his just over a month ago, and he didn't know it was up. So this other guy comments, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, here's a trick." This guy is like, "You know what I did is I threatened to report them to the Better Business Bureau and the state attorney general's office." And I was like, "Yo, that's messed up." But the guy's like, "Yeah, my saber shipped within 4 days of me sending that email." And then he told his friend to do it, and his friend's email was on the way as he made that comment. And then I saw another email where a woman who's a part of the Saber community literally just started spamming emails like daily. And then she got in touch with one of their customer service representatives, and apparently that guy is actually really efficient. Like, it's other people have found success emailing him. So I guess if they're gonna email someone about it, they gotta go to this dude Brent. But like, I sent my email, and like, I wasn't actually gonna report them to the Better Business Bureau. I wasn't gonna,
Gotta make sure they don't call your bluff.
yeah, like literally, I wrote that I wrote essentially I was gonna dispute the charge on my card, because like the downside to a lot of places like this is that you pay up front. You don't. It's not. It's not okay. We technically put this money on hold until we actually ship the item. You pay for it, and then they make it, and that's with pretty much every Saber company, I think. But like, I was like, I will dispute the charge and get all my money back. And if I have to cancel my order and I have to do that, I'm going to report you guys to the Better Business Bureau. And I sent the first email without mentioning getting my money back. And then the next day I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to force that and say something about getting my money back. So then I sent an email about that, figuring out maybe this will make them a little spooked. And then I got the shipping email, I think, yesterday in the morning.
Imagine if I ever sent that right now. It's like, I've been waiting 2 weeks for this thing. Where is it? I'm going to report you. And then they just said that, like, literally the next day they're like, and then I get my lightsaber in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, like apparently when there are clean circumstances, nothing's going on, and it's like, not peak Saber season, which I would assume peak Saber season to them is about May the 4th every year, and if there happens to be a new movie coming out that year. Like, the holidays are big sellers. Like, when Hanukkah's around and Christmas is around, people are probably buying a bunch of Sabers. Like, the holidays and May the 4th are probably two of the biggest times that they get a bunch of orders. And but apparently they're usually pretty efficient, like, at least with getting your stuff out. Like, they used to, like, you'd have your Saber within 2 weeks of ordering. Like, there were times when it'd be like, yeah, our usual lead time is like 3 days, and then it ships out. And I guess these days, because of COVID, they bumped the lead time up to 3 to 4 weeks, which for me was the beginning of June. Literally June 1st was the 4-week marker. And it got to that point, and obviously I didn't get mine. But then, like, I waited 8 or 9 weeks for mine to ship. Like, but that seems to be the general consensus that a lot of people are saying, is that the average time is looking at, you're going over your lead time, but it's probably going to ship between 8 to 12 weeks instead of right after the 3 to 4, which sucks because that is what it is advertised as. But I get it. Like, they've had to work at a reduced staff in almost every department. Regardless of what anyone says about their management, that is going to slow a company down. When you don't have as much of a staff and you're dealing with a bunch of people emailing, asking questions, and you don't have as many people working on the soundboards and the electronics and even the machining of the metal, that kind of stuff is going to happen. And it seems now that they're shipping a lot of orders when people were complaining beforehand. So it
just
looks
makes me
like
wonder. It's like, I mean, I get that they're understaffed and stuff, and sorry to cut you off, but I'm just wondering, it's like, why do you have to resort to threatening them to get them to
I don't know.
Because, like, they literally within days they give you the confirmation order after you bluff that you're gonna do this, and it's like,
well, I think
maybe
it's
some
just
people are
because,
telling the truth, but or maybe some people are actually serious.
oh,
But like,
some people
I don't
definitely are.
like. I mean, you can't just say it's like, oh, they're joking, right? But it's like, the fact that you have to resort to threatening them to get them to ship it is sort of.
But they're probably doing something that they're not allowed to do.
And,
and they're that no one says anything.
Yeah, they well, they
So,
actually
you threaten to say something, they're like, okay, we're gonna give it to them first. Yep.
something I found out is that they actually just straight up they have an F grade on the Better Business Bureau website.
No way.
Exactly.
Really? Is it because
Yeah, they have
is
they have
that a
an F.
recent grade?
I don't know if it's completely recent, but I think a lot of people don't like their customer service apparently is a bit shoddy, but like a lot of people don't realize like one of the things about Ultra Sabers is that they're one of the most advertised saber companies on the internet. They've been around
That's
since like
actually
2005.
surprising.
They've been around since like 2005, but a lot of people complain about their work, and personally, I don't care. As long as I get my saber and I enjoy it, I don't care. You know, like obviously, I'm not going to buy something like their Ahsoka lightsabers because they're huge. But
Yeah. Yeah, aren't their cannon
uh,
sabers usually like fatter
yeah,
than?
their
I don't
cannon
understand that.
sabers are a bit larger than they should be, but like I mean, what I've learned is that this is a hobby where waiting is huge. Like you're gonna wait no matter what. Like there's certain companies that are usually quick. Like Crimson Dawn Saber is like a newer company. You can get a mystery box sound saber. Like you're getting top tier RGB sound saber that they offer. Granted, apparently they're just a reseller of a certain thing, but like for $109 plus shipping. Like that's not that bad at all. I mean, granted, their hilts that they offer are a bit bland and unimaginative, but you know, for even if it is a cheap soundboard and stuff like that, for a lightsaber with full sound and being able to change the colors of the blade for just over $100, like you could buy a stunt saber mystery box from them, their tier 1 mystery box, for like $70, and they apparently have really quick shipping and stuff like that because they're based in the US, I believe. But even like the patch store has been running the whole time, and they're running out of Hong Kong, and their customer service is really good, and they still have good
Looking at the
shipping
patch
times.
store. Remember we were
Yeah,
talking about Qui-Gon's lightsaber?
that Qui-Gon lightsaber.
It's sold out.
It did already.
Yeah, it's sold out. I'm pissed.
I'm pretty sure it went. I'm pretty sure it went up yesterday. It's probably all the
Yeah,
installed one.
yesterday or
Technically,
2 days
probably.
ago. No, I looked. I looked. Both installed and empty hilt, both sold out.
Wow.
Which is why I'm
Wow.
like, crap. Like which is, I'm so
You probably
mad.
had the money for it too. You just wanted to have extra money
I
left over.
do. I do. And you were saying,
That,
and you and Dylan were saying, it's
yeah,
like,
I know.
yeah, you should
I
probably
said
wait till your
wait.
next paycheck. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
it makes sense. And then
Well,
I'm looking at it now, and it's so shit.
yeah.
It's sold out.
For me, like after I missed out on the Saber Forge. By the way, the Saber Forge, all their Eco Sabers are restocking in August. So that's something I'm looking forward to. But for a second, I was actually going to buy the Leia Saber from the patch store, but like it's not like it's not completely accurate, but they kind of made it as like a third party one. The Ultimate Works, the company that made the Qui-Gon lightsaber, is releasing one based on Leia's lightsaber, which they will also be distributing. Saberforge has one coming out in the fall with their huge fall restock. So honestly, but yeah, patience is a big virtue in regards to this hobby. So like I mean if you order something from Saberforge, unless you get into contact with their customer service or even their owner, because you can contact him directly, like you're probably not going to hear anything about your order unless something is out of place, like say they happen to have to replace something, or you get an update saying it didn't pass quality control and it has to go through it again, because they do that. But like your lightsaber, you're not probably hearing anything about it for like 4 to 6 months, depending on how long it takes. But like they, I mean, for the most part, their sabers are alright. Like collecting lightsabers is an expensive hobby. Like, obviously, if you want top tier, you got to go somewhere like Vader's Vault, but like they're expensive. So
They have a Qui-Gon lightsaber. Do you know?
I don't know. All I can
'Cause
say
now
is that
I'm really upset because like my only
I'm
other chance now is if Saberforge, because I don't know if they're gonna restock anytime soon. The
I don't know.
Ultimate Works, because it's the
see,
Ultimate Works model. So
yeah, it was. I mean, it was fully installed too, so like you didn't have to. Because I know that I think the lightsaber company Corbanth might have it, but I don't think it's fully installed. So it plus Corbanth is up there in price, but honestly,
God, Ahsoka's
actually,
Fulcrum match
what?
set from Rebels is almost $3,000 on Vader's Vault.
Those ones are really hard to come by.
Insane.
There's another company called Solo's Hold that's good quality wise, but a bit pricey. Well, Evan, you were talking. I remember the one podcast episode we were talking about collecting things that, like, it seemed afterwards that you were looking at potentially buying a lightsaber as well.
Yeah, because I don't know if I am now, because first of all, none of the ones that I want are in stock,
True.
and second of all, it's taking forever. So, like, why
Well,
would you know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, because I know you were looking at the Eco Sabers from Saberforge, and I know those are a bit quicker. Like, if I was able to buy one of those when I wanted to, I'd probably have it right now. Um, I think the one that you were looking at did go out of stock. Unless you were looking at the Katana one, they still do have that one. But um, there are a few other companies. So if you do want to get into that, I definitely would suggest looking around. But yeah, Teigan, you obviously bought a stunt saber because yours isn't exactly dual ready.
It's shit. Other than the hilt, which is nice, the lightsaber in general is just really. It's a really crappy lightsaber. I'm not gonna lie. It's I was honestly genuinely upset when I realized that I can't battle with this thing at all. I can't really play with it. It's just I mean, it's nice to have it as a shelf piece, in which it that's what it's gonna be now, because it's it's got a really crappy soundboard. Like, it's got the same soundboard as a Force Effects lightsaber. Like, that's literally what it is. And you can't put any other blade besides the one it came with in it. Like, it's not possible. All the electronic, it's like a NeoPixel blade, but it's not. All the
Yeah, it's like
LEDs
a
are in the blade,
discount.
but it's just a really shitty version of a NeoPixel. So
Yeah.
yeah, and this new one that I'm getting, or that I guess that's hopefully getting to me soon.
Did you?
I
By
can
the way,
change the
did you?
blade color. I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's pretty much all I can
you
do. But
ordered the silver color, right? The color wheels that they offer.
it was the I'm not even. It was the silver white one. I don't know what the name of the silver one was, but it comes with a bunch of color discs, and it's like 10 colors, I think. So I can change the color of the blade, which is cool. The initiate hilt is actually pretty small. But I wanted. You convinced me to get the limited edition one, which I wasn't. I was initially.
I mean,
I was initially
personally,
gonna get the regular initiate, which is $5 less.
I think the
'Cause I
one
did
that
not
you
want to
got
spend a lot of
though.
money on that saber.
I think the one that you got though, I think is a little bit. I think it's a little bit bigger.
You think?
Like,
I thought it was
I
just
think
like
it's a little.
had
I
gold
think it's a
painting
little.
on it.
No, I think it's a little longer than like the default one. But
Oh.
I mean, the good thing about buying a super basic saber is that you can customize it at will. I mean, you could always
Yeah, and
buy
I can
like
also beat the
a
crap out of
strap
it
or
without
something.
really feeling too
Yeah,
bad
you
that
don't have to worry about it.
yeah. I'm going all out on my
Yeah.
next saber though. My next saber, I'm
Oh
going
yeah.
all
Oh
out.
yeah.
I told Aidan about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope
Teigan
I
wants
don't
to go
get.
golf.
Yeah, I hope I don't get too addicted to it because I like having money in my account. Um. Uh. But yeah, like I was saying with the Qui-Gon saber before, Aidan sent me. The reason I found out that it was in stock, I mean, this is an Ultimate Works lightsaber. Like this is a top quality lightsaber. And Aidan sent
I
me this,
actually don't
and
have
it was being sold through the patch store, and the patch store gives you pretty good decent discounts on
it's a
on
pretty good
products.
deal. I
Yeah, and I was like, oh, should I buy it now? I have the money. I have a couple $1,000 in my savings right now. I could, I could buy it. But then you're like,
that's fine.
it'd probably be best,
I
wait for your
didn't know how much
paycheck.
money you had saved up either. That's why I said that.
Oh, yeah, dude, unemployment. If we want to talk about that, for unemployment has really been great. I would be broke right now
That's,
if I didn't get unemployment. I had a job for 2 days because of COVID.
that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I was at a job for 2 days, and literally COVID hit, and they said it's like, yeah, you get benefits. So it's just like, yeah,
You're like, okay, if you say so. I'm not gonna say no to that.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't. Well, I mean, honestly, it is a bit disappointing though that they sold out so quick. But I mean, there are always alternatives. Like I feel like you'd probably be more of like a sort of movie replica, or at least directly inspired by the movie type of collector.
Yeah, and
Uh,
obviously, it would be amazing to have a Canon saber, and actually be able to actually, duel with it,
duel with it. Yeah,
which is, hopefully what I wanted, because like I wanted the Qui-Gon saber, and there's a couple reasons. It's very simple design. There's
yes,
no boxes coming out of it, which means it's a very comfortable grip. You can hold it very comfortably without, having to maneuver your hands a little bit to adjust. Because that's the problem with the Graflex. The
yeah, it is a
Graflex
bit uncomfortable.
sucks when you're holding it. Like you have to. Not that I don't like the lightsaber. It's a nice
You
lightsaber.
have to.
It's a nice looking lightsaber. I'm not like I still stand by the fact that the Rey lightsaber that I got from Disney Parks is
It's not as uncomfortable as
yeah, it's still pretty
it's
shit.
a
I
little
mean,
better.
when it comes to electronics, but I mean the look is
Yeah,
nice. I got it mostly for the
like
look. I
I,
you know, that's kind of what I got it.
yeah,
But with the Qui-Gon, it's simple, but it's also sleek. It's a gorgeous lightsaber. And it's
yeah.
sad that it was only in one movie because that, and actually, I guess most of the
Yeah.
iconic sabers. No, that's not true. No, I guess
Well, I
there's
mean,
different
if you
versions.
think about it, though, like they almost are. Like Obi-Wan's more iconic lightsaber being the thin neck one is
That
technically
was
in two
in.
movies. It's
Yeah, but it was
technically in
sort of
two
two
movies,
different
but
lightsabers,
it's
though.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit more downplayed. Obviously, like in style, it's different, a little different because the technology was different between 1977 and 2005 ish. But like there's that like Luke's lightsaber, literally, his green lightsaber is in Return of the Jedi, and then one scene in Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Honestly, you put Obi-Wan's lightsaber and Luke's lightsaber together. Sorry, Return of the Jedi lightsaber together. I wouldn't, at first glance, I would think they're the same exact lightsaber. Like they're very similar. When it
They
comes to
they
look.
are.
Um,
I think that's why he did it though, because like you tend to see that is that, I mean, besides the fact that like a lot of lightsabers tended to be repeats of each other, but like Obi-Wan's original lightsaber you can tell is kind of influenced by Qui-Gon's lightsaber, and then Luke's lightsaber is directly influenced by Obi-Wan's second lightsaber, or third technically. But,
yeah, Qui-Gon's lightsaber would just be easy to battle with. So that's really,
I think it'd be a really good one.
And it's honestly, it's from episode 1. So like, if I were like to act like if I wanted every kin saber, ideally, if I if I start collecting, I guess technically the graph. I don't know. See, I don't know if I'll. I already had the graphics.
Which counts.
I don't know if I'll in the future swap it out with a more accurate replica of it, because the Disney Parks one has a couple flaws in it. I don't really want to get into that. It's fine. I really don't care about it. But anyway, it's in episode 1. So I mean, my logic is like, collecting lightsabers, collect all the ones from episode 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7,
all of it.
8, 9. Yeah, I don't want to collect every lightsaber. I mean, that's ridiculous. But if I were to collect all of them, if I didn't have the Graflex, it would be cool to have every canon lightsaber. That'd be pretty cool. But that'd be a lot of lightsabers
and a lot of money.
You'd have to get every single.
Yeah, I'd be broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Evan, like, what exactly would you say that you're looking for in buying one?
I just want a very realistic lightsaber hilt. Okay.
Yeah.
I want my number one choice would be a Count Dooku one. So I want Count Dooku's hilt.
Yeah.
Detachable blade that lights up and makes a noise. That is it. I don't know why it's so hard.
Saberforge is actually it's one of the sabers being restocked.
That's included in their upcoming restock. So
so you better get one quick.
If you want that, you're actually gonna have a chance.
Yeah, in the fall. Come on.
I mean, technically, that's not very far from now.
Until like mid-spring.
That's not too far from now. I mean, it's July right now.
At least with them, it's gonna take that long. Like, it's not it's gonna take this long and then it takes way longer. Like, it's going to be.
I mean, they could be in stock by the end of next month. Summer is not going too much longer. So
it started a week ago.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I think
and when you say it, you can say a fine addition to my collection.
Yeah. I think, honestly, if that is something that you're looking for, that is definitely an option. Obviously, I mean, there are plenty of options if you want one that isn't a movie replica as well, of course. But, there are...
I mean, hey, it gives you time to, save up some money, put some money aside to go forward with the way. I know Saberforge's way of buying a lightsaber is more pricey for some reason. This is why I'm sure a lot of people prefer Ultra Sabers, is because of the fact that sound is.
It's
a lot of the options are pretty cheap to include. Saberforge, you have the base price of the lightsaber plus an extra $100 just for it to glow up.
Yeah,
just for it to glow. Just for it to be a flashlight. It's $100 extra. Saberforge is free. Not Saberforge. Ultra Sabers, yeah. Ultra Sabers, it's free to make it a flashlight. That's literally
the upside. The upside, though, that I would give to Saberforge in that regard, though, is that I think the upside that I would give to them in that is that all of their blades are like heavy grade thick wall blades by default.
Oh yeah, because
you're already getting it. Yeah. You're already like Ultra Saber's default blade is a mid grade, which, I mean, they're all right, but I mean, at that point you're not really signing up for.
By the way,
smacking something.
Saberforge is doing NeoPixel blades now, and I'm so stoked, dude.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
So nice.
Especially because I'm pretty sure they are just in their blades.
Yeah, The only downside you need to, I mean, you need to get the hero version of the saber to get that
most
option,
expensive.
which
Like I think I did the math out. Technically, you would have saved money getting the patch store one if they
yeah, I would have. In the patch store one,
got
I'm pretty
in
sure
stock.
the Profi
It's like
soundboard is really good,
it's like top
isn't it?
tier. Like
Yeah.
well,
I'm so
the hero
mad,
tier,
dude.
the hero and
Oh.
champion tier from Saberforge have the Golden Harvest V3, which is apparently really good for like a. I mean, it's not a profit, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's an expensive hobby, and it requires a lot of patience.
Yeah, you can say that again. Actually, what didn't actually require a lot of patience was I ordered I didn't
Accessories
originally.
and whatnot.
Yeah, I didn't originally order my Initiate
Those
Saber with a blade plug or a CoverTech wheel, but I regretted that and I placed another order for that. So that's gonna be interesting attaching the the CoverTech wheel. But going into that, I bought some accessories to sort of go with my lightsaber. I bought Saberforge partnered with this company. I don't know what this company is. But considering
it's like a leather crafting company.
yeah, so I have a dress belt that I thought would, and they do sell like full on Jedi belts, but I wasn't about to go that far. Um but they have this leather CoverTech belt clip. It's like leather, and then you have the metal clip attached to it, and you can get it black or brown, and I got it black. And it's like I could attach it to my black dress belt. It's like a smooth leather black belt. And then they also have this option for a pouch, and as far as I know, you can put stuff in it. So I'm like, it would one be nice to have. I mean, for other things, like if something was small and it would be uncomfortable to put in my regular pocket, just put a pouch. But this is mainly meant for lightsabers, and for the reason is it can hold the blade plug for the lightsaber, so I don't just like have it and I don't know. And it's like if I don't have a place to put it, I'm not just about to put it in my pocket. I can just put it in the pouch. Same with the little wrench that you get to unscrew the tiny little screw to put the blade in. You can put that in the pouch as well. And the color wheels. You can put the color wheels in there too. Like not the color wheel, the color discs. That's what they're called. The color disc. You can have those on you as yeah. You can have those on you as well. So like if you're playing around with it, you're not at home. You want to change the color of your blade, they're right there. They're in my pocket. Well, not my pocket, my pouch. And honestly, I swear to God, if it said both I think they use the word practical and fashion, which means it seems you can store stuff in it. It would be a little disappointing if it was just for show because but anyway. Yeah, yeah. So I got those. And also I thought it would look cool, just to sort of have that stuff.
No, I think it'll look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess before because we are at just over an hour now. Before closing out, is there anything that anyone else wants to say or talk about real quick?
My my girlfriend got some exciting news. Her family.
She's pregnant.
No. Oh God,
She's been
no.
Jedi Council.
What?
She's been appointed by the Jedi Council to be a member.
Take a seat, young Skywalker. No, I'm kidding. That would be cool. But no, her family is fostering a newborn baby right now. This baby her name is Davina. I think she's only like 2 weeks old right now. Her mom is a certified foster parent. And this was emergency placement because when she was born addicted to fentanyl.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, so she's going through a withdrawal, and Abby, which is the name of my girlfriend, she's been sending me nonstop pictures of this baby, and she's the cutest thing in the world. And they're thinking about adopting, and this might be a permanent situation unless the mother gets clean before the adoption process goes through. In which my hope is that Abby and her family get to adopt this baby before that happens. Um,
Well,
maybe I sound a
I'm
little
pretty sure
selfish for
technically-
saying that.
I'm
but
pretty sure technically they do have to give the mother a chance.
True. But I mean, because this baby is so cute. I mean, if I wish I could show pictures. I wish this was visual, but she's Abby put a 4th of July filter on her, and it was sent it to me on Snapchat. It was the funniest and cutest thing I've ever seen. She has the biggest eyes too. I looked at pictures of her, and I'm like, you know what? And I told Abby, it's like you should put some Baby Yoda ears on her because her eyes are so big. They're so gorgeous. Like she's so cute.
For context, Abby is a year ahead of us in school. She technically just finished undergrad. So if they do adopt this young girl, that means that is Abby by chance the oldest?
Yeah, she's the oldest. She has a younger sister, and actually, she told me a story that when Abby was 11, her baby sister was born. She got to hold her baby sister. Her current baby sister, is 11 years old now, and she gets to hold this newborn baby. So this is
so what you
tell me that story. I'm like, that's a very nice story because history's sort of repeating
that's
itself.
almost that's pretty weird. But like
yeah.
So that means for context, that means that if they do adopt this little girl, that means that their oldest daughter is 22, I believe, at the moment, and their youngest is 2 months.
No, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
How they managed to get 2 11-year age gaps? That's actually pretty interesting.
Well, yeah, it's and I'm assuming, and I told Abby this, like I was saying, I bet it's extra special for her baby sister Bella. That's her name. Her name's Bella. I'm pretty sure it's extra special for her because she's never had a baby sister before, and a girl having a baby sister is a very
it is
amazing thing. It's just like a boy having a baby brother. It's a very she has someone to, because Abby is, obviously very much older, but, having a baby sister is just, I'm assuming it's very special for Bella because, all she had was a younger brother who I believe is like 9 or 10 years old. His name's Nate. But it's it's not the same as a baby sister. You know what I mean? So like, I'm assuming it's very special, and she's, Abby sent me pictures of the baby falling asleep on her, and just like this baby just like going to sleep. She's sending me videos, like the baby waking up, and it's like pacifier. It's just, dude, she is. I can't remember the last time I saw a newborn baby. Like you can look up pictures on the internet. You can look up pictures on the internet, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Like I saw this baby, and I'm like, she is the most innocent, beautiful, cute baby I've ever seen. And it's just every time I look, I sort of shed a tear because of just how innocent and beautiful this young soul is, and it's just like, yeah. And and she's sharing pictures of her, sleeping so soundly, so peacefully, not knowing any of the harsh reality of life is at the moment. It's a really beautiful meet.
It is very, very nice.
And hopefully they get
obviously.
to keep the baby because I'd like to meet this baby in person. That'd be very special for me too.
And congrats to them for having this baby right now, even if it is temporary.
Yeah, it's
it
definitely a huge responsibility. Yeah,
Yes.
because
Well,
yeah, huge responsibility.
with that, any final thoughts, boys?
I mean, I really honestly, to just be very raw here, I really liked the format of this episode. I hope everyone else did too. I kind of hope that we sort of switch gears to this type of thing where we're just sort of talking, shooting the shit instead of, I mean, I've been writing outlines for every episode except the first one, which that was
And this one,
unscripted. And this one, yeah. I mean, this one and the previous one were unscripted. This one went way better than the first one, I think, because we, semi know what we're doing now.
Yeah, we're just goofing around.
Yeah, I like this format. I really like this format. The outlines take like 3 minutes to write up, but
It's
I like this
work
better.
you don't need to do.
Yeah.
So what was your thought, Evan?
What'd you say?
Oh, I thought you were saying something.
No.
Final thought. Okay. Well, I guess with that, obviously this is the end. We want to thank all of you, however many you are, for listening to us. It really does make us feel proud that we're doing something that someone might be enjoying. If you want to find us, obviously there are a few different places. We do post the podcast to Anchor, which is our host app. You hear the fine sponsor little clip at the beginning from them almost every episode. But obviously there are plenty of other places. Mainly, I feel like we're easy access is more places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. But there are plenty of other places as well. We do have a couple different things. We do have a Facebook page and Twitter where we post the episodes every week. So if you happen to not actively follow us, you can find them there. Literally just the Donut Club or the Donut Club Podcast. You can also reach out to us, follow us, whatnot. We have a Discord server. We actually do the recording in the Discord server, but it is completely free. Pretty much anyone can join. We put an invite link for every episode, and you can pretty much join and just hang out, chat with us, chat with, I don't know, yourselves. Yeah, there are plenty of other things, of course. We do have an email, which is just the Donut Club. Is it just the Donut Club at Gmail? I've done this bit
It's
about
yeah. Usually you have an outline in front of you, so it's a little
yeah.
different.
I've done this bit like 4 weeks in a row. I think it is just
it's all lowercase. The Donut Club Podcast at gmail.com.
okay. I don't know. I somehow I forgot the podcast part, but yeah, that's yeah. You can reach us there. Feel free to drop any suggestions in any of those 3 locations: the Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and email. That's 4 locations. Wow, I'm really botching this outro. Anyway, we thank you guys. Have a great day. New episodes every Sunday. Goodbye.
See ya.